morning, guys. It is, what day is it? I gotta keep my watch. Today is the second day of being home. This morning I've been kind of not too sure where to start with everything. I mean, there's a lot of emotions that go into making a big life change. You get some days where like you feel overwhelmed and a little bit of, I wouldn't say regret, but like fear driving the ship, where you're like, oh my God, what do I do? Like, I don't have any money coming in, and having to do like your administrative things. Like right now I've done my taxes and stuff like that. You go through like waves, I guess you could say. And for me, it's like I want to work on the van, but I also want to get settled and kind of organized. So every morning I wake up, I'm like, what do I do? So something that I've implemented this morning was, and it's not an original idea, I've gotten it from many places, but it's just to pick like one or two big things that if you accomplish those things, then you've like accomplished the day. I think when you're in situations where you kind of feel like you're getting pulled in a lot of directions, picking like one or two large tasks to get completed kind of keeps the needle moving forward, but doesn't overwhelm you, and also keeps you on track to doing like things that are actually going to like make a difference over the long run. I've had my first car problem. I'm just gonna close this door for a second, try and collect myself. So basically, I drove my car to my sister's house to hang out, and now it won't start. I'm trying to be really like, not go down the rabbit hole of like, did I get a lemon, what's wrong with my car route? Although that is like what I want to do really bad right now. I don't know what's wrong with it. All I know is that it turns over when I try and turn it on, but it was always starting despite that. And now it won't start at all. Yeah, you know, doing this van life thing is really exciting, but there's also a lot of fear around it that I don't want to shy away from. And one of my biggest fears is that something will happen to my van and I won't be able to drive it, and all the money I've spent investing in it will be a waste. And so for my car to be having issues before I've even taken it on the road is scary. It's scaring me. And yeah. So that's where I'm at. We'll see what happens. Okay. All right. Good morning, guys. Today is a new day, and it's problem solving day. Last night, my van stopped working. I basically couldn't get it to start, and it was like 32 degrees outside, so it was like way too cold to deal with it. But today, we're gonna try and figure out what is wrong with it. There was a little bit of panic last night just because, sorry if those are loud, because I just got this van and it's already having issues, but we're gonna try and jump it and see if it will start, and if it does, then we will take it in to get looked at. So let's go try and solve that. Okay, here she is. Let's hope and pray that she turns on. After about 3 attempts, the van started, and then Paige took a few minutes to give me a little lesson on what is under the hood. Even though I just bought a van and plan on driving it across the country, I really don't know anything about vehicles, and especially engines. So I took this time to get a little rundown, and eventually, I'm gonna get the hang of it. Okay. So,
how are we doing?
When you're done, we are gonna go take it to AutoZone to get the battery checked. Just to double check the battery. Yeah. Like, I'm glad it's starting, but it's also like, why wasn't it starting is kind of the question we're trying to solve. Okay, quick update. We took the car to AutoZone and he tested the battery, and the battery is dying. So now we've just driven to the actual Mercedes-Benz dealership to try and replace the battery. My battery is underneath my seat, and apparently it's not one that like AutoZone can do, so hopefully it does not cost an arm and a leg. But we made it here. I also drove the farthest I've driven so far in the van, so that's exciting. And now we're gonna go see what the damage is. Let's go find out. Okay. It was decided that they were gonna need the van overnight to do a proper evaluation. So I said goodbye, and now we wait.
Okay, so we took the car to the Mercedes-Benz dealership, and we're actually really happy that we did because there's actually a recall on my vehicle and they're gonna be able to fix that also. So ended up being great. My vehicle is still under factory warranty, and it's good to get the Mercedes bill of health on the vehicle before hitting the road.
Absolutely.
Okay, and now we're gonna go find food because we're hungry.
We're hungry.
Even though it can be very overwhelming when things like this happen, I'm always reminded that at the end of the day, I've got my loved ones, and honestly, that makes the biggest difference. Guess what? My van's done. And guess what? The battery's fine. So, as you saw by the phone call with my mom, my van is ready to be picked up, and there was just a loose like cable or something on the batteries. The battery apparently is fine. They fixed the recall and I don't have to pay anything. They just want a signature. I feel so happy, but I definitely was stressing so hard. But yeah, I'm glad that all got resolved, and I'll go pick it up sometime this week, maybe tomorrow, and then start working on the van. Very interesting first hiccup, but everything worked out, and I think this is just a reminder to like have a little more faith in the process. Like I probably said earlier, like I'm definitely taking a big leap of faith, and I want to be able to control all the aspects to the best of my ability, but there is going to be things that come up that I can't control, and it's just about how I approach them and how I deal with them. This was a good reminder that now everything's gonna go smoothly, but it doesn't mean that it was all like a bad idea or that I should go back to doing what I was doing before. I just have to power on and make it to the other side. Get this van up and running so that I can hit the road for the summertime. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.